Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right. You ready?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after show. This is the carryover from the main show. Yeah. And it usually posts a couple of days after the main show. But the purpose of this show, the point here is to get to all of the things we didn't have time to get to in the main show and to provide exclusive content for YouTube viewers only. Mm-hmm. T-Storm is in the building. What's up, brother?
What's happening, man? I'm good, brother. Maintain it. my glass is empty. I need to repo.
You sounded like an extra from the Mac.
Well, there's pimping in my blood there, blood. So, it is what it is there, plug.
It's a few stories that I wanted to talk about. I know it's some things you want to talk about. Yeah. You want to start? You want to jump in there?
Yes. Here's something before we get to I saw a clip. I saw a clip of Steve Harvey talking about his daughter dating Michael B. Jordan. I thought it was hilarious. And I won't play the clip. I'll just tell you what he said, and we can put a link so you can watch it, because I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel. And Jimmy Kimmel was like, yo, so, Michael B. Jordan dating your daughter, la, da, 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 He's like, yeah, he's happy that, he's a cool dude. I met his father. He's a nice guy. I'm just happy to approve of one of her dudes. At least one.
You know what? That's step in front of it.
Yeah.
Step in front of it. Take control of the narrative.
Jimmy Kimmel don't let it go. He goes, oh, wait, you didn't like any of her other suitors? He's like, hated them. Hated them. So now do yourself a favor and go in your mind and go back the resume of folks that she's been attached to, and Harvey hated every last one of folks. Like, nah, bro.
In a related story, after the show, Steve Harvey got a call from P. Diddy and he said, dude, I thought we were cool.
Harvey said, yeah, we cool. I liked you better when your son dated her. I liked you better. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ooh, yeah, that was bad. I'll give myself a file there. Okay. Real quick, the source. I'll throw this story out and then I'll throw it to you. But the Source Awards apparently is planning on returning next year, 2022. It's been 17 years since the last Source Awards. That's all I got. Because my thing is, why?
Is it bad? Is it bad that I didn't know the Source Awards had stopped?
Yeah, probably somehow. That's either good for them or bad for either way. I don't.
The reasoning for it was weird to me. They said whenever there's an award show, they see a spike in their social media. So that said to them that people are interested in doing in hip hop awards or whatever.
Yeah, but see, I don't know what it is, but the Source Awards became famous for the controversy, for the violence, and for the nonsense that happened. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't popular because of the awards and the melee. You know what I'm saying? It was popular because of the confrontations and all the different things that happened. Famously, the second award show that happened here in New York was where Suge Knight got up on the stage and made that declaration and basically going at Diddy. You know what I mean? That kind of, quote unquote, started the East Coast West. Didn't really start it, but helped perpetuate the East Coast West Coast thing. That ultimately claimed at least 2 lives. I think the Source Awards need to leave it. It's like rebooting the Jeffersons. Sherman Hemsley, starring Sherman Hemsley. For those who don't know, Sherman Hemsley has passed away a long time ago. You can't dig him up and put him in front of the camera. Let it be. Source Awards, same thing.
Do we need another award show? Are we? So there was a time where African Americans and I'm tap dancing. I got my tap dance shoes on. There was a time when African Americans who created music, movies, and television did not get their just recognition. Mm-hmm. Making a BET Awards, a Source Awards necessary. It's something my business partner used to say to me when we ran the label. He would say, if no one will let you on their stage, make your own. So following that thought process, I get it. My question, are we still in a state where we feel like African Americans or African American and Latino who contribute to the entertainment industry in this country are not getting recognized? Do we need to build another stage?
So tap that music and people bear with me. I would say...
Start calling myself Mr. Bojangles.
I would say we always need to have something of our own.
Yes.
But we also want to be proud of what it is that we're doing.
Fair enough.
I don't think the Source Awards were a source of pride for hip hop and for black people. I understand, only because of what the things that happened that surrounded it and painted us in a bad light. Every time there was a shooting or something, some fight or and you can't control everyone. I understand. You can't control other people's actions or whatever, right? But there is something to be said, coming up, and even like when, going to certain clubs, I understood why there was a dress code. Because if you dress a certain way, you feel a certain way, right? And it's a mental thing, right? I'm too clean to get all dirty with you. I ain't trying to mess up these, these $30,000 shoes and scuffle with you. Whatever, we'll deal with another. That's the kind of mentality that, it should, because you're never going to extinguish all conflict. There's always going to be something. It's going to be folks. It's going to be folks that don't like one another, whatever the case is. It is what it is. You just don't hear about. You don't hear about folks having, there's a war of gangs at the Grammys or the Soul Train, even the Soul Train Awards. Some things may happen, but it's not the norm. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. So the folks that put it on, I think, didn't really do a good job at setting a mentality of, this is business, folks. This is not, we not on the corner. You're not in the hood. This is business. We out in front of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to create a positive representation for your people.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, and I know we didn't mean to spend this much time on it, but as we were talking about it, I got curious as fuck. The question then becomes, has 17 years been long enough to rebrand?
Well, 17 years after the fact, there are a host of different artists. And perhaps their pants would be too tight to want to scuffle. I don't know. I'm just saying
that should be funny.
Maybe they're, maybe they own something, but the gang mentality has gotten worse. The drug culture has gotten worse. I don't. If it starts, it's the organization, it's the people putting it on that have to set the bar. So folks go, because you like I said, you ain't going to other establishments and doing nonsense. You get what I'm saying? It's this is our shit.
Yeah,
we can act how we want because it's our shit. No, you act
so in the 90s, in the early 2000s, the Source carried weight. Right. You when you dropped an album, you look to see how many mics you got in the Source. When I, as a consumer, went to buy a record, I would look at the Source first and say, okay, how many mics did the Source give it? Right. When someone had a story to tell, I was interested in reading the Source. It was the encyclopedia of the culture, right? Is it even still that? Right? Do these kids care about the Source? No. They don't even print the magazine anymore, do they? It's just online now.
It's online. I mean, like most magazines, it's on, Essence. Those magazines, a lot of them are mostly online now anyway. And that's just because sign of the times, technology, it is what it is.
Yeah, print is dying.
Right.
It is what it is.
But I don't hear my sons talk about the Source. Source magazine. If I ask them, they probably really don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? And that's the age group, that's the demographic that they would be going after. So unless it's going to be a retro type thing, I doubt it. But that would be fun to see, I think. But what if the Source did something to appreciate those who came before this generation?
I would, like what is like the hip hop honors, like the VH1 hip hop honors.
Yeah, I would.
I'd be down for that.
I think I would respect that a lot more than what VH1. They do a great job at doing it. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes watching VH1, I wonder why they picked Missy Elliot at the time they did before Queen Latifah, or you get what I'm saying, or just how they honored certain artists that came way after the cats that started it, or soon after. You get what I mean? I always wondered, like that was always weird for me.
You know what? I have a theory. I'm going to keep it to myself.
Oh boy! Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Because one day we may be knocking on VH1's door begging to be put on.
Don't worry, no. You got the music.
No, I can't even tap dance around it. I'm just, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. What is it? VH1 is owned by Viacom, I think.
That's Viacom.
Is that a Viacom company?
Salute. What's happening, y'all? How you doing? Good. So it's BET. So it's MTV, CBS. All y'all. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Your man Dre. Your man Dre is putting out a new record. The Good Doctor.
Yeah.
I have not heard this record. Some DJ Silk previewed it on social media. And it was a line in there that's got everybody up in arms. Quote, and forgive me, I'm no longer a lyricist, so I'm going to butcher the rhyme pattern. Trying to kill me with them lies and that perjury. I see you trying to fuck me while I'm in surgery. In ICU deathbed on some money shit. Greedy bitch, take a pic. Girl, you know how my money get.
Wow.
I wonder if he was talking about his soon-to-be ex-wife.
I don't. It's hard to know what he's talking about because he won't say what's really on his mind. I don't get it.
He's not real clear.
No, not at all.
He's not very clear in that, though.
No, not at all. I mean, the only line missing is eat a dick, bitch. That's the only thing missing. Yeah. I saw a video of him. I think it was him in the car listening to the song, and that line stood out. He put that out there on purpose. Like, yeah, that's for you. Yeah, man. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Every time we talk about Dr. Dre and his soon-to-be ex-wife, it's another episode of The Young and the Loveless.
Well,
this week,
this week, Dre is trying to go to court over the prenup.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I want to take this in front of a judge and let a judge decide. And Nicole is like, no, I want to do a trial over the prenup.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I don't understand. There could be a million reasons why she wants to take that to trial. The first one that occurs to me is that there are more billable hours for her attorneys if they go to trial, which means Dre has to pay more money because he's paying for her attorneys. He's paying for her to sue him.
Ugh.
Only in America.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The second thing that occurs to me is that everything that's going on with him allegedly dating this girl and allegedly threatening the life of this other girl and her kids, and I'm not going to say their names. All of that's happening. He's being now tried in the court of public opinion. If she's in front of jurors, they will hate him. They will say they did tear up the prenup and she can get more money. It's a calculated play. In the interest of justice and fairness, they should put it in front of a judge. It's reviewing and determining if a contract is valid and if there was a meeting of the minds on whether or not that contract was dissolved verbally. Because in the prenup is a clause that says this cannot be altered, or this can only be altered in writing. So if he didn't in writing say, I don't care about this prenup no more, I love her so much, she can have half of my shit if she leave, none of the other stuff matters. None of it matters. A judge on their own can figure that out. You do not need a trial to figure that out.
Yeah, no,
a jury to figure that out.
It seems it's from the outside looking in, and that's all we can do. It seems like she's on a revenge hunt by any means necessary. By any means necessary. I'm gonna get you to spend all that money on me. You can't be happy. Now I want that property too. And don't forget, on the other side of it, she's facing some criminal charges as well that they've already.
Yep.
That's not been talked about as much. That's there too.
She stole like $400,000.
I'm like almost $500,000. Yeah, in a couple of different withdrawals that she snatched out that she knew she wasn't supposed to, that she felt she was entitled to. Like, nah, I'm taking this, my money. I'm taking it. Like, ew. It's ugly. It's ugly. Again, because it's in the public eye, and we kind of like messy stuff. We like drama when it's not ours. We seem to get some joy out of it. You know what I'm saying? But for the real people that's going through, I'm sure. I mean, the brother was just in the hospital. He didn't know if he was going to make it.
For his life.
Yeah, he didn't know he was going to make it. You know what I'm saying? And when he came on the other side of it, he's like, yo, this chick is trying to kill me.
I think he said those exact words.
This chick is trying to kill me. She don't care nothing about me. And now I'm wondering, did she ever? What was this? The long play? This is the long scheme? Oh man,
I'm not gonna say it, but it certainly feels that way. Dude, whatever.
That's horrible.
Her discontent is contagious. Xhibit, his wife, filed for divorce.
I saw that. I have no idea what's going on with that, but that was a surprise.
They went through it. And I read that story. I was like kind of sad. It doesn't say why she filed. But they did. The story was very brief. It kind of went down like their history in 50 words or less. They met. They met in 2011.
Okay.
They got married in 2014.
Okay.
He got arrested and got a DUI on the night of their wedding. That is a bad omen. But they had 2 children and they lost one of their kids.
Oh man.
11 days after the kid was born.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. And I can imagine that puts strain on a marriage.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's probably very difficult to come back from that.
Yeah. Everybody deals with grief differently, so who knows what went on. But I'm sorry to hear it. I hate to hear about. I honestly, maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I hate to hear about folks getting divorced. I really do. It's a scary thing. I'm married, and especially when in the case of when you hear a story like Xhibit. I don't know if he saw this coming. I think the way I'm reading it is that he didn't expect it. Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, also his wife. He was out in public and going, I didn't. What I do? What happened? Wait a minute, we was cool. I thought, so, and he was like, I never cheated. And she just filed for divorce. So I hate to hear about stuff like that because it makes me good. And my wife does the same thing to me. So it's mutual. She came and goes, hey, if you ever got an issue, let's talk about it. I bet. Anything on your mind, come talk to me first. And I go, yeah, you do the same. I bet. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's a breakdown in communication when it boils down to if you don't know it's coming and then all of a sudden this person is saying, I'm so miserable, I can't be with you no more. Like, yo, wait a minute. I thought you was cool. I thought we was cool.
Why didn't you say something?
Exactly. Maybe we could have worked something out. I'm sorry I ate the last donut. Goddamn, what do you need from me?
I'll buy you a box of donuts every day.
Yeah, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It could be more serious. Obviously, there's more serious issues, but the breakdown in communication is what we're driving at it. I hate to hear about. I mean, and statistically, it's 50% of marriages end in divorce.
It's like 51% end in divorce. Of that 51% that end in divorce, 80% of those are the divorce is initiated by the woman.
80%?
80%.
Shit. That says a lot.
Some scary shit.
Yeah. So communicate. Talk
to the way you feel when you hear about divorces, you get like nervous. You're like, oh shit. That's how I feel when people say they get married. I be like, yo, bro, come and talk to me. We can talk about this.
You sure you want to do this? That was my before he passed away. That was my grandfather. When I told him I was getting married, he's like, hey, bruh. You sure you want to do this? You sure you know what you're doing? His exact words. You sure you know what you're doing? Yeah, Pop, but all right.
I thought I did until you asked me that question. Now I'm nervous.
Because now the question's going on like, yo, what's Pop? He meant, okay, Pop is pretty wise. What do you mean by that? What's, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm joking. Look, I talk a lot of shit on this show, as your wife has pointed out. And she says, Mike, you say some shit. I am not a hopeless romantic. I am hopeless and a romantic. No, look, I believe in it. My parents have been married my entire life. They're still married. Because, when I talk like this, people are like, oh, your parents must be divorced. You must be from a broken home. No, I'm not. it's just when I look at those numbers, half of the time it doesn't work. The vast majority of the time that it doesn't work, it's not him saying, I don't want to do this anymore. Right? If we say half of that 80%, them dudes was trash, right? Like we say 40% of them dudes was straight trash and they fucking deserved it. That's still 40% of the 50% initiated by women, right? It makes me very nervous. It combine that with the disproportionate rate at which men lose their children in divorce, the disproportionate rate at which men are hit with alimony and ridiculous child support orders. And I believe in paying for your children, but it's as I understand it, the only instance of debtor's prison left in this country. If I don't pay, then I can go to prison, right? Like it's a dangerous proposition, right? It's a very dangerous proposition to say, let's get married. I believe in the romance. I believe in finding people. I believe in getting together and bonding and monogamy and being with only one person. I believe in all of that stuff. And I think it's beautiful. Is when you get to the contractual part of it, scares the shit out of me. Scares the shit out of me. Because I could either lose half my money or my freedom. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Which is why I stressed it. I mean, it's hard to really know a person.
Yes, Lord.
And part of that is because we are always evolving. Once you get to know a person, they change. And as you should. Hopefully it's for the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To grow with each other. You know what I mean? A lot of times that doesn't happen. And it's, I don't have all the answers just for, my understanding of it and what's worked. Coming in, where are we at? This is 9 years this year. So almost 10 years of marriage. Been married almost 10 years. That wasn't no easy feat. To be real.
That's success.
But it was work. It's work. Let's be real.
For sure.
It's
anything worth having is worth working for.
It's work. So, and that's on both parts. And so in any case, all that to say, Mike presents a very dark, a dark side of marriage. I believe I am proof of there are successful relationships. But you both have to have, not to get too religious, but there are three entities involved in marriage. And for all the believers out there, you know where I'm going with this. Keeping God in the center of it. And the two the two that are married working and growing with each other, serving one another. You know what I mean? So that's that. Not perfect, but it's work every day. D.L. Hughley said something. He did a recording for my cousin's wedding. I was DJing the wedding, and I asked him to say some words to give him some encouragement for marriage. So D.L. Hughley, who's been married over 20-something, 30-something years, whatever, to, you know what I'm saying? Not a perfect man, but he's been married all this time, still with the same woman, right? And he said, I believe on that recording, if I could find it, you work to fall in love every day. Find reasons to fall in love every day. So, in any case, that's and I believe that to be true. And so, he also said to me, I told my wife about this too, because I thought it was funny as hell. And it was real. And I said, we were backstage. We were in the green room at Caroline's in New York. We were just kind of catching up. We hadn't seen each other while I was talking. I told him, I said, I'm doing pretty decent now as far as work is concerned. And, my wife is we've been talking about, her wanting to stay home with the baby. I think I've gotten to the point where I think, she can quit a job. He goes, nope, don't do that. He said, don't do that. He said, listen, let me tell you something. Your wife gonna work. She's like, if she ain't working she's not working at a job, you become that work. What you doing, where you at, what you into, all that. And nigga, she gonna work. Like, yo, you become the work. So I was like, okay.
To his point, the biggest mistake, not the biggest, but probably in the top 5 biggest mistakes I think I made with my kid's mother is being okay with her not working. Mm. The amount of idle time, I think, caused problems. It caused problems, bro. I remember being in it thinking, if you had something to worry about,
something else,
you probably wouldn't be worried about this shit.
Right. Yo, man, I hear his voice in my head all the time. And brother, she gonna work. No, you can't quit. No, find another one. Something else to do. You don't like this job? Find something else. No, you can't. No. Homemaker, no. That ain't for you.
Yeah, I'm not even. Dude.
It echoes in my head.
I was damned if I do and damned if I didn't. I'm not. Just move on.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to drum that up, brother. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you pulled out the shovel and you dug that one right on up. Ooh.
Yeah, I hear it as clear as day.
Thank God she doesn't watch. And the irony is, so this is what's funny. I don't think she watches. Mm-hmm. I will say these things, and if she watches, I will get a phone call. But the irony is, I called when we first started the show. I called her and I said, "Hey, have you watched the show?" She says, "No, I've been meaning to. I haven't had a chance to, or whatever." I said, "Hey, look, watch the show, share it, tell all your friends to watch it." She said, "Why would I do that?" I said, because the more money I make, the more money you make.
She said, right on it. Got you. That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it. Yeah, we can rap, man. I'm sweating. That's just funny. I'm telling you, I promise you, when I say I hear it echoing in my head, and brother, she gonna work.
Look, before we get out of here, can we talk about Maxine Waters? Maxine Waters and Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes, please.
I'm so disappointed.
Why? And Maxine?
I'm so disappointed. Yes.
Listen.
I'm so disappointed. All right, so everybody who hasn't heard the story, Maxine Waters connected with Meg Thee Stallion online, on social media. They were going back and forth. Meg Thee Stallion seemed kind of like, I did this song and it might feel weird talking to someone of Maxine Waters', wisdom age caliber. Mm-hmm. And Maxine Waters was like, nah, all good. I stand behind you. I'm proud of you for putting this out there and leading this feminist movement and being strong and da 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 da. I was disappointed.
Listen. Maxine is simply saying, I'm structuring it in my head.
Yeah, you're trying to make sense out of this bullshit.
God forbid Biden passes away. It will be WAP for president. We have a wet ass president. We never really know how women think and talk with one another. We never really know. They hear us boy talk all the time. I was fortunate enough, most of my cousins were women, were female, coming up, and I got to be a fly on the wall sometimes. Gave me some idea. Okay, that's how y'all. Oh, okay, wow, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, for her to say this is an empowerment, and she's proud of her for putting it out there. And the other side of it was, she says men have been doing this since forever,
which I think is the worst damn reason to do anything. Men have been doing it forever, and the complaint has been it's garbage when men do it. So to make it fair, let's all do garbage. No, let's not do that. Let's not all degrade. Let's not all go down to the base level. Like, can someone stay up top? If you're going to be queen and you're going to exalt yourself as queen, if you're going to exalt yourself as mother of civilization, if you're going to be on that pedestal, then be up there. Don't get down here in the dirt with me. Still admonish me for the bullshit that I do and make me want to correct myself so I can get up there where you are. Don't come down here where I am.
Well, we all put WAP on a pedestal.
Put a towel on it. Damn it. I really was disappointed. I was like disappointed to the point I was angry when I read that story. I was angry. I was like, ugh.
I don't think Maxine Waters talks like that in public. You know what I'm saying? Or she may not even really know the song. She knows of the song.
No, she says she listens to it to get herself amped up.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, not that kind of amped up, I don't think. I think just, inspired.
Listen, whatever. That's Auntie Maxine. You never know what her amp is like. So.
Hey, I ain't mad at it.
That's no point. I mean, you never know. Again, to my point, we don't know how women really talk for the most part, and what they really think for the most part, because a lot of it's buried down. It's women shouldn't talk like that. You shouldn't be like that. We expect you to be in this box and to be a certain way. I get it, and there is a double standard. I see it. I understand it. I get the double standard. I get the disappointment that it's a double standard. Well, I can't. You could do it. Well, I can't. I can't explain.
Favor is not universal, and I'm tired of people thinking that it is. There are things that you, as a woman, if you did it, you will be harshly judged. There are things as a man, if I did it, I will be harshly judged. I do not get universal favor for my behavior. And neither do you. It's just different.
No, right? And I agree.
You suffer for some shit and I suffer for some shit. It's just different shit. Because I'm a man, I don't live this wonderful privileged life where everything is great for me. And as a woman, you don't either. It is what it is. There will never, ever be a level playing field. And I would theorize that if it were, no one would like it. No one would like it. Because what that means is you have to lose some favor. So you have to give up some of the shit that you got that you like in order for things to be fair, to be equal, and to be here, right? You want to be able to go out and do everything that a man can do. Fair enough. Go do it. Men get judged for the things that we do. You get to be judged. That comes along with it. You don't get to cherry pick all of the good stuff and keep all of the good stuff. I don't get to do it. Neither do you. That's just what it is. It is what it is.
I think part of it, Maxine was trying to be the cool auntie as well. I think some of it was, I suspect some of it was, while she may not subscribe to all of that, she can't be in public and say, shame on you. Because that's Auntie Maxine.
Why not? Why do we live in a world now where shame is such a horrible, horrible thing?
Well, in Maxine Waters' case, someone turns 18 every day and can vote. And,
fair enough.
She wants to appeal to,
fair enough.
Be able to appeal to the young folks as well and not be viewed as an old fogey or you're old fashioned or that sort of thing. To be able to embrace the youth. And some of that is going, you know what? Maybe it would have been better if she said, you know what, I don't necessarily agree with how you said what you say or what you do, but I respect it and you should do it.
And for the record, I don't particularly like the song because I don't think they can rap really, right? Like my only real beef with the song is they can't rap. That's it. The subject matter doesn't really bother me, right? It is what it is. Like they are not the first women to make a rap song about their body parts. They're not.
No.
What I don't like is it being championed as reclaiming sexuality.
Well, I think that has a lot. That has a lot to do with the monster behind them. If they were on a small independent label that that was just for the culture, it wouldn't be this. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be that. But because they have these major machines behind pushing the music and getting it out to the public, that's the angle that they're taking.
So what I would say is question anything pushed by a machine. Enjoy it. Consume it if you want. But understand what it is. Mm-hmm. Just because they're telling you that this is a representation of feminine power and reclaiming sexuality and all that stuff, that doesn't mean that's what it is. That means that's the narrative they're giving to you in order for you to consume it more so they can make more money. Trust me, the companies make more money off of this than both Meg and Cardi.
Very true.
It sets a platform for more of this and they can make more money off of it. They do not care about the message that's being exalted. I think to do a song like WAP for grown people, make 30 of them, right? Because that's for grown people. Mm-hmm. But when you start making it a representation of freedom and empowerment, that leaks down. That leaks down to little girls. And they look at that and say, well, if I want to be empowered and I want to be strong and stand in my womanhood, this is the path to go. It's not. It's not. And it's me being a goddamn daddy again. Yeah, some days I wish I had all boys.
Hey, bro.
Because having a little girl made me look at things completely differently, man.
Yeah.
It really did.
Well, for the record, Cardi don't let her daughter hear that song either. So there you have it.
Which, my initial thought on that is, well, if you want to hear it, why would you make it? But I mean, she's wise enough to know that this is not for her daughter.
Right.
I'm okay with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good parenting.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Like I don't let my kids don't watch the show. They don't watch the show. They know I make it. They know I do it. They don't watch it because it's not for kids.
Not at all.
Anyway, got that off my chest. Happy birthday to everybody we didn't say happy birthday to last week and that we're not going to say happy birthday to today.
Shout out to Kangol Kid, who's been going through some medical procedures. He's been posting on Instagram daily about his progress, and he's doing well. So at some point we'll get him on here as well. But shout out to Kangol Kid. Get well, get back to it, brother. Glad you're doing well. Sure. Kangol Kid of UTFO. I have to say, I've realized I have to say that because there are some folks that are a bit younger of us that watch that have no idea who or what I'm referring to. Kangol Kid of UTO that basically spearheaded early on in hip hop. There's a song called Roxanne. To date has the most responses and diss records. I think it's like made some sort of world record or whatever. But out of that, we got the real Roxanne. We got Roxanne Shante. We got Roxanne's mother. There's a whole bunch of Roxannes that have responded to Roxanne, that initial record. But shout out to Kangol Kid, the original member of UTFO.
They were the first group. Like I listened to hip hop before, UTFO,
Mm-hmm.
but UTFO is the group that made me a fan of hip hop. I was like, yo, these dudes.
You know what I like
doing it.
You know that initial song, and here in New York, I mean, if I remember correctly, it was one of the first records that broke outside of day part. They didn't day part the record; it played during the day. Early days of hip hop on radio, hip hop was day parted. You only heard it at night and on weekends. Roxanne was one of those records that got so popular that you would hear it on a morning show. That wasn't the norm. And what I liked about the record was the beat changes. And the patterns, the different changes when it went from Doc Ice to the educated rapper to like all those different changes that happened within the record. I was like, as a kid, was like, yo, that's crazy. You could do a whole nother beat in the same song? Oh. You mean you don't have to stay the same the whole time? You can change the oh, that's crazy. So, in any case, salute to Kangol Kid.
Get well, man. Yeah. We'd love to get him on the show. Love to have you come on the show. Man.
Absolutely. Folks, again, thank you for watching. Appreciate you subscribing. If you're already wait, you don't subscribe? Glad you're here. There's a button down. Which way is it? It's somewhere along here.
Down that way, I think.
Hit that button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe and like and get notified every time we put up new content, man, and be a part of this Unpopin Nation. There you go. New word.
Look, and once we are striving to get to 100. We had a big spike last week. Once we hit 100, we're going to bless somebody with $100. We're going to pick the winner from the comments. So like T said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment. Leave a comment because we'll go through and we'll pick one at random. The more times you comment, better your chances of getting 100. And at the way we're tracking, it looks like we'll hit that here pretty soon.
And you got to be in.
Throw your hat in the ring.
Yeah, you got to be in it to win it. That's That's a tank of gas. I'm just saying, you see how the gas price is going up. Gas price is going up.
That's light precipitation in the strip club.
That's a drink and 2 dances.
And maybe the
depends
Uber
on how far.
It depends on how far you live.
All right, folks. Again, thank you for watching, and see you on the flip side. Peace.
Peace. Need a daily dose of jokes? Like, subscribe, smash the notification button, and you'll get jokes in your inbox basically every week.
Absolutely. Because we like cats. No, that's the wrong. God damn it.